Welcome to Brain Wreck. I'm Jason X.
And I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the best show on the internet.
Yes, it is, folks. And we're back.
We're back.
Had a week off.
After a week's hiatus, although we still provided some content
You
for
guys
you,
took the reins?
in the meantime.
Yeah.
That's right.
Look at that. Going out
little
there
board
in the
game
world.
date night.
Yeah. Carving a path for yourselves. Doing
How about
shit.
that?
I gotta. Okay. So Christy actually came over to me this morning. And she was like, hey, would you want to do like another video game date night soon?
Ooh.
And I was like, yeah, sure. She goes, because it's getting close to the end of the month and we haven't done one in a while. And I was like, yeah. Listen, yeah. I know I got some
Keeping
shit.
you accountable.
I listen, I've got a plan. I know it's the 16th. We're already halfway through the month. Don't worry. It's not going to be a last minute scenario, okay? Listen.
Some say Jesus had a plan.
So I mean, didn't he?
I don't know.
Oh.
Does he forgive or not? Like, can we figure that out?
I think he forgives. Cuz it's like, hey man,
then
like,
what's the issue?
Well, I mean, I don't know what the issue is. I feel like with Jesus, I'm not the person to be talking about Jesus, but I feel like with Jesus, he's just like, hey man, I've got a master's degree. He's like, hey man, I got a lot of shit going on. Like, if we could just wrap this up, you're forgiven. Peace be with you. I'm out.
I like your version of Jesus.
That's my version of Jesus, at least. But no, listen, folks. I've got some time available coming up. I'm not going to be here at the end of the month, so I know I can't wait until then. But I've been working on some stuff in the background.
Okay.
All right. I got a couple extra things I'm working on. Probably actually, I don't know. I think we've got some plans this Saturday, but maybe like on Sunday or even.
A little Sunday night,
maybe
something.
Maybe depending on how people are feeling Friday night, like because Friday night's kind of mess up. Like sometimes we go out, sometimes we stay in. We don't know, so we'll see. Listen, this channel, is very important to me, and sometimes it needs to come first. Okay, I understand that.
Yes.
Yeah. So you
always let them come first.
Always, and I'm always about letting everybody else come first. Hopefully,
it's gentlemanlike.
I try, but yes. You will have your 2 pieces of content before the end of this month.
Okay.
Yeah. What's today? Today's the 16th.
Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day.
Tomorrow's
Top of the morning to you. That's why I wore green.
You got yeah, but we're doing a show tomorrow, so I'll wear green tomorrow.
That's right, we are.
How
about that? I gotta find my other green shirt.
I really need to have 2 pieces of content knocked out by the 27th, if I'm being realistic. So damn it, you're gonna get your 2 pieces
in 10 days.
2 pieces in 10 days. It's
more than all of us bargained for.
That's what I'm bringing.
Are you having an issue?
I'm gonna put that away. I like Zippos. I don't know why. It's just like
you're a Zippo guy.
I'm a Zippo guy. They're fun to play with. Although I did get called out by a child one day for playing with a lighter, and I was like, I am an asshole.
I mean, yeah. Like only assholes play with Zippos. But I've never actually had a Zippo or held one before.
Oh, you've never had a Zippo even?
No. Nice. I know like people collect them, and they're like a collector's item type of thing.
I don't.
But
I mean, I've got. Mine's just there's probably like 4 people in the world that will understand what that is. But that's the Kevin Smith lighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never really been like a collector of the lighters or the Zippos. Like there are some cool designs, but then when you realize it's $20 for a lighter, I'm like, I don't need this.
Who are you trying to impress?
Nobody. Like nobody.
Right.
Not a single person has ever gotten laid by being like, would you like to come and check out my Zippo collection?
There's got to be one.
You think there's one per? I mean,
there's got to be one.
Okay, so there is. I feel like there is one person for everybody. So, I mean, folks, if you're at home and you got some spare time and you got some spare cash, maybe start a Zippo collection. Who knows? It might open up all new doors. It might get you laid. Maybe are there Zippo conventions, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I would put every dollar I have, which isn't a lot.
Events.
On the fact
well, hang on. Okay, Zippo USA has an events page.
Oh.
Do they have events? There is. It does not appear that they are running anything right now, which makes sense.
Who is COVID? Let's be honest.
I mean, there's a whole thing going on in Austin right now, which we'll talk about in a little bit because I completely forgot about it. But there's a whole thing going on in Austin, so it's not like, I don't know. I don't think there are Zippo conventions. I feel like
I lost every dollar I have. So,
I mean, like there might be a lighter convention. But I feel like it's more of a trade thing. Like Zippo goes to a trade show that's like a industry wide of like other things.
Well, I feel like Zippo shows up at like everybody else's convention. Like they're at the gun show.
Yes,
I
like literally was at. Yes, they were at a gun show I was at once. Or it actually may have just been a guy at a booth who was selling Zippos. So I mean,
there's that guy too.
Same thing. He's trying to make. They had a presence. Yeah, that was actually when I was like, "Hey, I like that. How much is it?" He's like, "It's $20." I'm like, "And that's the trade show discount, homie." Like, what? I looked it up on Amazon. It was like $10 on Amazon. I was like, I ain't buying that.
Right. I was trying to get you.
Yeah. Buy Zippos. Make a room out of them. Get laid. Buy Zippos.
I mean,
that should be their slogan. Get laid, buy Zippos.
You are a marketing professional.
I mean, because like you got to think about it. Like, who is their target audience? It's got listen. They're not trying to sell Zippos
cool guys.
to exactly cool guy. They're not exactly trying to sell lighters to kids. I mean, that's just irresponsible.
I mean, that's illegal. So they're not trying to do that.
So like, you can kind of get a little edgy with it, get a little adult oriented. So like, listen, you people aren't smoking as much anymore, or if they are, it's they're getting like the 99-cent Bic that's going to eventually get stolen by whoever they're sharing their weed with. And then like
it's like a waitress's pen.
Everybody steals, everybody steals the waitress's pen. Every stoner steals, the guy with the weed slider. Like it's bad enough you're just stealing it, you're smoking his weed without chipping in.
Right.
Now you're taking
that
his
kind
lighter.
bud, and you're taking a souvenir.
And you're taking a souvenir, you dick. But I feel like Zippo can come out of the gates and just be like, yeah, buy Zippos, get laid, buy Zippos. One of the two.
Fenton says that there's a Zippo museum.
There is. I mean, there's a museum for everything. There's a Dr. Pepper museum like an hour and a half north.
Oh, yeah, is it a good time? Would you recommend?
If you're ever in Waco, check it out.
Okay, that's a ringing endorsement.
Yeah. So if you're, I guess the real way to say it would be like when you're passing through Waco, check it out.
Okay, gotcha.
If you have like an hour to kill. Otherwise, it's I mean, I don't know. Like, are people really in? I mean, I guess people. I went to it 3 times, so I guess it's.
You've been to it 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a ringing endorsement then.
I mean, sure.
I mean, well, here's the thing. Like, museums are dope. They're completely underrated.
They can be cool.
Listen, the Museum of Glass in Corning, New York, is phenomenal.
Okay, I never went. I never understood. Like, it's glass.
Exactly. I said the same thing, but then we got like free admission to go once.
Yeah.
And we went and we're like, this shit is amazing.
Really?
Like, they have pieces of glass from like ancient Egypt, and you're like, that shit's old and dusty. And then like you move a little further, and then they have like a pipe from like the time like Ben Franklin was printing newspapers, and you're like, that shit's old and dusty. And a little bit better quality than the other guys.
Right.
And so like, and you just kind of do this thing, The problem is I went with like a 2-year-old where I'm like, don't fucking touch anything.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
and I would want to touch everything there.
Well, of course. And then like you see like they've got like blown glass demonstrations, and I would 5 out of 5 would recommend go to the Glass Museum in Corning, New York. So there you go.
All right. Fenton in the chat, dude, I love me some Dr. Pepper. You would probably really enjoy the Dr. Pepper Museum. I will say, like the first time going through the Dr. Pepper Museum, it is kind of fun because, you know, they kind of take you through the history of it. You learn all about the guy that really like launched it. And then they've got this whole like classroom set up in like another building where they do all these like wacky like recipes, and they tell you about how they used to dip like, you know, like electrical circuits and stuff, and you know, Dr. Pepper to heat it up at night, and you know, basically just like fire hazards in the 1960s and stuff like that.
Makes sense.
You know, you got your gift shop, and then you can get some Dr. Pepper floats and stuff like that.
Do you get to meet the doctor?
No, you didn't get to meet the doctor.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
There are
I
no
have
official
insurance
doctors there. I mean, you're more likely to get health insurance from Dr. Pepper than you are anywhere else. So.
Fucking A. But thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord that the good people in the Senate and Congress are going to finally do something. You know, I know healthcare is a major issue. Okay.
Hey, yeah.
Most people don't have it, and if you're on the government insurance, most people won't take it. Whatever. I know that's a problem. Unemployment, all that. But thank the fucking Lord that the good people in the Senate and the Congress are doing something about daylight savings.
I mean, listen, it's been a sleepy week. You know, losing that hour, it's hard.
It is hard.
It's really, really hard to adjust to an hour time difference. You know, it's just so difficult. Like, I don't know.
I hear it causes heart attacks. I read a study that says, you know, listen. We've all come to believe that the Earth is round. Well, most of us anyway.
Yeah.
And the Earth is round and it spins. It doesn't all of a sudden spin faster, or all of a sudden spin slower by an hour. Like it's just a construct.
Yeah.
You know,
going around
it's giving people heart attacks.
Going around that big ball of cheese in the sky.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Which part?
Okay. Right now, I am on a mission. To convince my children that the moon is made of cheese.
Oh, dude. Yes.
And
you're a good parent.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Listen, I trick my kids all the time.
You do.
I tell them nonsense. I fill their heads with lies. And there's a good reason for it, though.
Okay, go on.
I want them to be able to grow up to be able to discern bullshit.
That's okay. But at any point, do you let them in on the gag, or is it just figure it out yourself? And like you just play to it. Okay.
Sometimes like some things my kids have wisened up to. I mean, they still think there's an Easter weasel. So like,
does your daughter still not believe what a jackass is?
Correct. She is still skeptical on what a jackass is.
See, because that's the other thing, too, is you're going to start laying down these lies, and they're just not going to believe you about anything.
Well, yeah. They shouldn't. Like, don't trust adults. They lie. They manipulate.
I mean, I guess there's something to be said about that. Like, you know, learn to figure it out yourself. Do your own research. They only they only go to Blakely. Blakely said they only come to
They only go to her for
questions
because
that gets annoying.
They can't trust me to answer them correctly on any occasion.
I mean, I'm surprised Christy still believes half the shit I say.
Right.
Because like I'll just one-off make up a story or like make up a fact. And then she's
I'm doing it out of love, though.
Oh.
Like I'm doing it like
I'm not?
as this is.
You saying I don't love my girlfriend?
No, you're just trying to get over. Okay. Like
I'm just being a dick. I also admit that it's that I'm giving her false information like immediately after the fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're like, no, that's not true.
Yeah, because like I'll say like she'll ask a question about, or she'll like mention something, and I'll be like, yeah, it's because of this. And she's like, wait, really? And I'm like, no. Which I feel like is way more frustrating because like at that because there's like not even a point.
You lie to me
it.
all the time.
I don't. You lie. But it's out of love. Like that's the thing. It's never about anything serious.
See, I'm trying to teach my kids life skills. I totally believe everything you guys tell me. Okay, Fenton. Thank you. We're a trusted news source. We break all the stories. Should you be worried? No, because it's all out of love, Fenton. That's what we're trying to get to. Like, I'm trying to teach my kids that, like, hey, not all adults are great.
No.
Hey, sometimes somebody knocks on the door trying to sell you windows, and then you sign a document for a roof that you don't need that you'll end up paying double for in the long run. So you need to know this shit. Like, you need to be able to read people.
Yeah.
Think on your own. You know, we tell our kids all the time, like, listen, if you feel uncomfortable about something, there's a reason. Right. Like, no matter what the situation is, you feel uncomfortable, you get the fuck out of there. Trust yourself. Trust your instincts. Trust your gut. Like, I think there's too much of, like, you need to trust adults and that sort of thing. Well, guess what? Half of them are pedophiles. So, like, don't do that.
I mean, I don't know if half are half. Not half. Can't be half.
No, that's true. That's more than you'd like.
More than you'd like. I feel that's a very fair assessment. More than you'd like.
So anyway, I've been on this mission to teach them that the moon is made out of cheese.
Okay, that's good.
Oh wait, Chrissy, he takes advantage of my lack of pop culture knowledge and then my trust in him. Oh wow, you're a real manipulative cunt.
Hang on, no. I mean, she's telling the truth there, yes, but no, I'm not. Again, it's all out of love. I do
love for who?
I do it because I care.
But anyway, so like I've showed them like, so I'm like, yeah, the moon's made out of cheese, and they're like, no, it's not, and I'm like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, here, I got video proof. Okay, and then of course I showed them the Ritz commercial from the 90s. Where the crackers go to space and like run around in cheese and then become little sandwiches. And I'm like, see? And they're like, this is a commercial. I'm like, how do you know what a commercial is? We don't have cable. And so like we go through like this whole thing. And then when we're in the grocery store and we pass by the Ritz crackers, I'm like, you guys want the moon crackers? Like, is that what you want? You want a little piece of the moon? And it never ends. Like I never let up. And then one day they're like, we asked our teacher. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm gonna start getting like notes home from the school.
Right.
I'd be like, can you fucking please stop? Like, first off, your kids don't think we ever went to the moon. Secondly, they think it's made out of cheese. And I'm like, yes, these are facts. It's not up for discussion. So there you have it. What the fuck were we talking about before the moon?
Dr. Pepper, flat earth thing. I don't know, man. Like all sorts of shit.
Oh yeah, daylight savings.
Daylight savings. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
But like honestly, I don't care. It's like one of those things where so many people complain about it. And I'm like, if this is what you're worried about right now, congratulations.
During the mix of everything
you're doing
going on.
Okay. You're doing well. Like
yeah.
I don't like. And listen, like we came from the East Coast. Like we hit daylight savings at the worst time, I think.
Because, oh yeah, you did.
Because we went back to New York. So this is also my
right.
This is my third time to New York this year.
Why?
Oh, it was my buddy's birthday, and you know,
oh, okay.
and you know, he's been asking me to come down for a long time, and I was like, I got stuff. And then we were both like, you know, it sounds kind of fun. Like, let's just do it. We're adults, because like that was the other thing too. Is like we really wanted to do this thing,
right?
And it was like, no, we can't because we have responsibilities, and like we already committed to this other thing on Saturday,
right? Sure.
And then we were like talking about it, and Christy was like, there are flights available, and we can get a discount on a room. I was like, you know what? There's nothing to stop. There's really nothing stopping us.
Okay, so you just put on some Queen.
Yeah.
Did a packing montage.
And we just fucking hammered it out. Dude, I did the best thing ever for travel this time.
Okay.
I packed and I got everything ready 2 nights before. Yo, you want to talk about a game-changing move? Like a clutch pro move if you're traveling. Be ready 2 nights before.
2.
Because let me tell you,
wow.
I'm that guy who's like, like we'll take care of things around the house as the week goes on, and then like the night before we'll pack, we'll get everything else ready. But the last 2 to 3 times we've traveled, like 10:30 hits, not even 10 o'clock hits. Christy's in bed, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm going to bed." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Because I'm done." I'm like, "What do you mean you're done?" She's like, "I packed my bag. I got everything else taken care of. I'm done." I'm like, "What? There's just so much things. There's so many things. I still need to pack. I still need to do stuff. Like, what do you mean you're done? Like, how can you be done?" She's like, "I'm done. I'm going to bed." And like, I'm just a ball of anxiety then for the next 6 hours. Right.
Sure.
So like everything's getting done. Like we left Wednesday morning, Monday night. Everything was taken care of.
Look at that.
Monday night. And then Tuesday was like the last minute of like making sure everything was set, making sure like everything was safe and locked away. Of course,
I'm impressed.
Of course, like we still didn't fucking sleep Tuesday night.
Well, no, you just don't.
Dude, my God.
That's not real.
But like really, it was one of the everything out there was pretty fine for the most part. Like we didn't really run into any issues. I'll tell you what though, like coming back, because it was like New York City, so we didn't know what it would be like going from the hotel to the airport. So we left super early. We also like partied all night, went to the hotel. Like we packed before we went back out.
Nice.
So we went back to the hotel, packed, went back out, partied, came back to the hotel. We actually got back early, which was weird. I was not I was expecting to be out until like 3 a.m. We were back at the hotel by like 1.
Oh wow.
I was like, all right. So like we basically just laid in bed for 3 hours, got up at 4, took an Uber out to the airport, got to the airport. Our flight wasn't until 7:20 was when it started boarding. So we got there super fucking early. We got there like little over 2 hours early.
Okay.
And then we were sitting there, blah, blah, blah. We get on the plane. Fucking Delta.
No, you didn't. You didn't. Why?
That's all that was available, man. It was all that was available.
Christy, you should have known better.
Leading up, we knew what we were getting into, so like waiting to board, doing all that, it was fine, whatever. But the fucking thing that sucked was Delta has one of the worst boarding situations ever. Like Southwest Airlines is where it's at. Like they have everybody line up in order. I'm like, this is great. But since we were, economy, basic, because we were a bunch of basic bitches trying to board.
Yeah.
We're the last to board, and we only packed carry-ons because we're like, we want to move quick. We want to be out of that. We want to be in that airport and on the plane, then we want to be off that plane and out of the airport. We're getting ready to board, and they're like, everybody who's got a bag in hand now has to check it because all of our overhead bins are full.
Oh no,
motherfucker! So we, give them the bags. We go, we sit. The good thing though is we're gonna get into Austin an hour early, right?
Oh, okay. Well, that's dope, right?
We get on the plane. We start moving. We're taxiing. We're about to take off, and then we just stop. And then we just keep taxiing for like another 20 minutes. And like I'm exhausted. So like I'm falling asleep. I wake up and I'm like, are we fucking driving to Texas? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's been 30 minutes. Pilot comes on. Is like, we got a bit of an issue with the brake sensor, folks. So we're going to wait to hear back from the control tower, and we're going to let you know in just a little bit if we can take off. And I was like, motherfucker. And like we had a party Saturday night that we were going to that we really didn't want to miss, and we would have felt so fucking shitty if we did miss it because we had RSVP to that before we planned on, you know. So it was one of those things where like, and like we were kind of the reason this party got booked on this day. So if we didn't show up, we would have felt like such assholes.
Right.
Luckily, the plane takes off, and granted, it's an hour late. And I was thinking about it. Oh, yeah, real quick. Christy makes a good point. They let people fill the overhead bins with their backpacks, coats, and purses. So when they were like, all the overhead bins were full, it's because nobody was putting stuff under their seat.
That's a dick move.
Dick fucking move. I think they held us on the runway for an hour.
Wow.
Because we were scheduled to get into Austin an hour earlier.
Right.
And they like we were about to take off, and I'm like, you like a magical sensor just doesn't happen to bust right then and there. And then you go, oh hey, well guess what? Everything looks to be good, so we're gonna go. And it felt like the longest flight ever at that point.
Well, at this point you didn't know if you're gonna make your party then, right?
Oh no, the party was until like later in the evening. So once we were in the air, we were like, oh, we're good.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, it was just we almost had the perfect trip. I mean, it was still pretty fucking dope, but like the perfect travel. Right. And I mean, and I'll even say like it wasn't that bad. It could have been a lot worse. We could have been stuck. You know?
True.
So like knock on wood, like if that's the worst we have to deal with, I'm okay with it. It's fine. Because like we have been having this crazy fucking luck with travel lately. Like even getting to the airport. The guy that came and picked us up, like we're pulling into like the airport roundabout, and he's like, I'm gonna drop you off at the arrival section. Or like, yeah? He goes, yeah. He goes, departure is gonna be too backed up. I'm like, okay. So like, and I'm like, you know, that's not uncommon, like especially for Austin, because Austin travel's been fucking nuts lately, especially because like, and I'm gonna get into this in a minute too. Like we're on the verge of South by Southwest was like just about to happen. So like everybody's coming in, people are leaving, so like the city's getting busy right now. So we're getting closer to the terminals or like where you get out, and sure enough, there's just backed up all the way like out to where you can even like get out and walk. So we just scoot around that. He drops us off at the arrivals. There's nobody fucking there.
Oh.
So we literally walk in the door, we go upstairs, and we're already near like TSA. And like we just got our bags. So like we don't need to go get anything checked. We don't need to wait in line, which there's huge fucking lines now. And since it's Delta, like we're on the far side of the airport, so like we're walking and we're trying to huff it because like we're just seeing lines and lines and lines of fucking people at TSA. And somebody's like, where are you flying? Delta? All the way down to checkpoint 1. And we're like, okay. So we're walking and I'm looking over and I see a TSA checkpoint, and like I kind of start to slow down and there's nobody there.
Oh.
It's empty. And I'm walking by and there's like these 2 security guards. And I'm looking at it and I look at them and I'm looking at that. And I look at them and they're like, yeah, go ahead. I'm like, nice.
Nice.
Boom.
That's
through TSA
awesome.
in less than 5 minutes.
Wow.
We get to our gate, we sit, we chill, and I'm like, this is too fucking simple. I'm like knock on everything you can because like we've been riding high, like pretty fucking good lately. Yeah, so the travel's been good. And you know, the trip overall was a fucking blast. I mean, granted, we were only there for a couple of days.
Right.
But you know, went out, had some fun, ate some fucking New York City food. Drank.
There you go.
You know,
paid a lot for it, I'm sure.
Oh. Yeah. It's fucking expensive, man. I was like, you know, what are you going to do? You do it once.
There you go. You know, YOLO.
Sure. if the kids still say
as
that.
the kids say. Do the kids still say it?
I don't know what the kids say.
Mm.
Like, kids are fucking weird these days. I feel like you're going to start knowing what kids are all about.
It's going to get weird.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. And I've kind of, okay. So the kids have started t-ball and softball. Okay.
Right.
And it's very interesting because me and the wife have noticed you go around these other parents, right? First of all, they're all horrible. Every last one of them. All they do is yell and scream at their kids. But we go to like Capella's softball game and we look around and we're like, man, we're the fucking youngest parents here.
Right.
And then we go to Revan's t-ball game and we're just like, no, this is right. We're on par. Like, this is where you're supposed to do this, apparently. Like, right in this age range. But it is interesting in that, like, Capella's getting older and she's like, she hasn't really like locked onto like a trendy type of thing yet, but like all that like pre-teeny stuff is coming and we can see it coming and we know like it's just gonna like, and we keep dropping hints too. We're just like, come hang out with us now because you're not gonna want to in like a year.
Oh, like okay. Oh, you're throwing a little guilt in there too. I see.
Well, it's not guilt. It's just like
it's a little bit.
It's
of guilt.
Like, well,
like,
one of them was just like,
it's like that preemptive guilt.
She said something like, "Oh man, you guys are the best." I'm like, "Well, remember that in a year or so when you."
You're breaking her so early.
I mean, we're just preparing ourselves for what's coming. Blake the K, when are you guys coming back down here? Come on down
soon, hopefully.
Well, with these gas prices, who knows?
Well, we've learned like working remote, we can work anywhere we want. Like, we don't have to just take like a week off. Like, we could go somewhere, work during the day, still party at night. You know.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. We'll do it. Okay.
What we doing? What? We ain't doing shit.
Oh.
Anyway. Yeah, Capella still thinks that Blakely K is cool. So like that's dope. But I feel like I'm gonna like, as soon as this comes, which is going to be the teenage years, I'm going super cool dad mode.
Oh,
like
yeah?
I can already, like I'm gonna be just like the hippest dad, the coolest dad, just like in our minivan, just driving everybody everywhere to where they need to go.
Sure.
You know, just like being like, yeah, just make sure, you know, you guys are safe and all that and hip to the groove and whatever the fresh saying is at the time. I'm gonna be on top of it. I'm gonna be ready to go. I'll be doing TikToks, getting the thing where you get out of the car and dance next to her.
I'm so terrified for your daughter. You are. That's. Oh my god. And the thing about it is like, I feel like that's also gonna be me at some point too. You know, just like especially with like my nephews. Like, once they get to an age, like they're just getting fucked with constantly.
Well,
and
yeah,
it's gonna be great.
That's the fun part.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be that uncle for sure.
Well, yeah. Well, the other thing too is like, because at least for me, it's like they know that it's not that they can't trust me, but they know that they have to take everything I say with a grain of salt.
Sure.
Because of everything that I say. Yeah. So like, they do sometimes go to like, well, they'll go to the wife for sure, but like they'll go to like my sister and be like, yeah, what's the deal with the moon? And like, if I can get to her before they get to her, I can be like, listen, just so you fucking know, the moon's made out of cheese. All right. And sometimes we can get a whole thing going to where, you know, no, I am not going to be doing that out of the minivan. Thank you. It's weird.
Okay.
But even still, like, even when it's a factual thing, like the Jackass thing, like,
right,
where I just want to build I just want to instill in my children that, listen, most people are full of shit, and you need to be able to be aware of that. Because growing up for me, it was always like, trust the adult. The adult's going to lead you the right way. Believe in this, believe in that, believe it. You shouldn't be feeling that way because of X, Y, and Z type of thing. And it's like, you grow up and then you realize, no, like, most people are shitheads. So, like, you need to make your kids aware of that.
Right.
Type of thing. Jesus. And I have a follow-up story, speaking of shitheads.
Okay.
Of a certain roof scenario.
I was going to ask what's been going on with the roof, sir, because it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. So, for recap, for those of you who haven't been following, was we almost got swindled. We almost got taken for. As they say. We had a guy show up. Our house was falling apart, as has been well documented on this show. We're finally getting to the point where we need to repair a lot of it, and we're going to be able to do that. So one of the things we were looking at was getting windows, specifically for our bathroom that's destroyed. So, but of course, this guy comes out, he does the whole spiel, he gives us a quote for every window in the fucking house, and we're like, that's not what we want. And then he gives us a quote for what we sort of want, because he still can't do what we want.
Right.
And we're like, no, because we need our roof fixed. And he's like, oh, we do roofs too.
Of course.
And we're like, oh, of course you do. And so, like, he's talking to us about it, and the price was the same price as what we had gotten previously, but they offer finance. And then we agreed to it, put a deposit down, got all the paperwork. Turns out the financials were not anywhere close to what this guy was saying.
Right.
But of course, he never brought that to our attention and was just like, just sign these papers type of thing. And so, me being keen eye,
there you go.
Went through, with a fine tooth comb. I had to go to the dollar store to get one. I don't have any hair, so. But had to go through. It was just like, nah, this ain't a deal. And so we had sent in the cancellation for this, but of course we were getting phone calls every single day from these people. And the phone calls we were getting were so insulting.
Really?
Yeah, we were getting phone calls like, oh, we're going to make this happen for you. This is the best financing we could get. It's just a couple more dollars a month.
Yeah, yourself.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's this. And I'm just like, first off, you don't get to tell me what a big deal is and what isn't when it comes to my financials. Like, you don't get to say.
Fucking A right, sir. You do not get the... Yeah.
Second of all, I don't fucking trust you.
Yeah.
Because you tried to pull the wool over my eyes.
Like it's like, oh, you tried to fuck me over once? No, yeah, I'm going to go back into business with you. No, it's fine. Yeah.
No, it's fine. My mistake.
For trusting you.
Right. So, needless to say, after 2 weeks of just avoiding their calls, they just sent us our deposit back.
Nice.
So we got that. So we are in the free and clear. But in the meantime, we still have to get a roof fixed.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Yeah. Go look into some people more reputable.
Oh, we did.
Okay.
We did.
Yeah.
Here's the other half of the story. So we call these guys, and they come out and they're like, okay, well, we told them everything, like, because we have all the measurements.
Sure.
From all the other quotes that we got. So we're like, this is what it is. This is what we're looking for. Can you give us a quote type of thing? And they were still like, we need to send a guy out to look at it. And I'm like, all right, that's fair, I guess. And so, like, to send the guy out, and he shows up. He's a nice guy. He comes in, and we're telling him, like, yeah, we've had this looked at. They said this, that, and the other thing. And then he's looking at the roof, and he's talking, and this, that. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go up on your roof and take a look. Give me 15 minutes. I'm going to come back down. It'll be fine. And so he does all that. And then he comes back inside, and he's like, all right, let's sit down and talk about the numbers and things like that. And we sit down, and he's inside our house. And our house is like full of Disney stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just big Disney fans. So he goes, oh man, like you guys got a lot of Disney stuff. I'm like, yeah. And he's just like, you know what? He goes, my son, he was he was a senior in high school. He was just got a scholarship for football.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, it's awesome. He's like, yeah, he got a scholarship for football. In his last game senior year, had a massive brain injury, and now he has the intelligence of a 2-year-old.
That's not where I thought that was going.
And we go, oh. And he goes, but he loves Disney. So this stuff is great.
Great. Great. Yeah.
And we're like, what the fuck, man? Like, I feel horrible. Like, I don't know what to say. And so, like, me and the wife just kind of look at each other like,
what?
Where do we go from here? Because that was such a bomb to drop so casually because you've seen some Disney things. We don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And so he goes, all right, well, anyway, here's the number that we're thinking about for your roof. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
So he just goes, I'm going to show you. All right. He goes, all right. I want you to think about all the numbers that those people quoted you before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, trust me. I know those numbers.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, what do you think about this? And like he flips his folder around, to kind of like show you the number type of thing.
This fucking guy.
Except I can't find it because it's like it's a folder full of paperwork. So like I'm skimming the paperwork, like being like I don't know,
like where is it, dude? Like what are you showing me?
He wrote it wrote it on the top of the folder. So like I wasn't even remotely looking. He's like it's over here, like he's like circling it, type of thing. And I'm looking, and I'm just like, oh, I like that number. Oh, that's a good number.
Okay.
That's half of what everybody else quoted us.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, more than likely those people were charging you for all these things.
Yeah.
And he like listed a bunch of things. He's like, you don't need those things. And I'm like, we don't need those things? And he's just like, nah, like they were just trying to get you. And I'm like, okay.
But do you need those things?
No.
Okay. Hey, it worked out.
Basically, they were charging per like layer removal.
Okay.
On the roof.
Okay.
And he's just like, it's just one thing. Like they were taking you for a ride.
Yeah.
Which, come to find out, is par for the course for those people. So,
well, hey, man.
He was a sexist asshole. We'll say that. Because
there's more to this.
Well, okay. So we've come to find out that here in Florida, that no matter which either myself or Blakely K calls to make the appointment, calls to set things up, answers the door, they only seem to want to talk to me for whatever reason. And it's weird.
Florida's fucking...
Because whenever they ask me something, I directly turn to her and I'm just like, what do you think? Like, that's all I'm going to do.
Right.
Like, I'm good for fucking nothing. So, like, they're talking to the wrong person.
Right.
And he kept doing that. And then, like, when he went out to his car, like, he's like, why is he only talking to you? I'm like, is he? And she's like, homie. Yeah. And then I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Right. So, like, whatever. But, yeah, so, like, that wasn't great.
No.
But it turns out we might be getting a roof.
Well, which is, good, man.
Very nice.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
So we'll have a place for you guys to stay again.
All right. I can't wait.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been we're coming up on our like 1 year, so we still need to go through and basically get any last minute or like any remaining details or like, you know, issues kind of worked out before we lose our warranty.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced that our heat pump is functioning properly because like it is making some god awful noises. And I'm like, if this is the standard, like what the fuck? like this is terrible.
Right? What'd you pay all that money for?
A house in wonderful Austin, Texas, where so many things happen. We've got a great factory being built right down the road for electric cars, and there's a great fucking there's a whole thing happening downtown. South by Southwest is happening this week, and like you would never know it.
No,
I don't know if that's just like attribute. Like I don't know if that's attributed to like me just having too much shit going on.
Sure.
Just generally being unaware and ill informed, or just the fact that Austin can be so massive that something as big as like South by Southwest could be going on, and it would not break up your day one bit.
It's probably twofold. Like, I mean, I know terrible shit happens in Florida every day. Like, I mean, just look at our governor. But like,
yeah,
I don't hear about probably half of it, to be perfectly honest. A, because I don't follow any sort of news source because I like my life, and B, because Florida is so massive that it's like, unless you're talking about the theme park industry, like who actually gives a fuck?
Right.
So, it could be one and the same.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got to figure it out too, because like, I don't know, like we're it just seems like we're still not really at a point where there's like there's so much shit to fucking do. Like, how do you find time for it? Like this is the thing that I'm starting to struggle with, and like I can't even really fathom. It's like like I want to do so much, but I don't know where to start.
Yeah. That's really hard. It's this is your news source, Fenton?
That's no, stop.
I mean, we're more honest than everybody else. Like, so
honest, yeah, but honest don't mean shit.
I honestly don't know dick. So there you go.
Well, that's good.
Let's see here. We hear about the Don't Say Gay bill, but only because of Disney news.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Disney's having a time.
Yeah.
Lately. So, but yeah, like I trust me, like trying to find time, like I don't know if you know this, I went back to school.
Oh shit, that's right, you did. How's school?
It's hard, man. Like I have the new job.
Right.
This semester I had to take 2 classes or I wasn't going to get financial aid.
Right.
So I have to do 2 classes, the job, the kids are doing baseball and softball. Like the wife just launched her new store, blakek.com.
I saw that.
For everybody out there. So make sure that you go and buy something because she makes amazing shit. And obviously doing the content for these shows, which this is the break, folks. This is the retreat. Okay. But it's just so much. And then you're just like, oh yeah, this is going on. And this is going on too. We could go do this. That'd be really fun. But it's just like, when can we do any of these things?
And I think going back to it, I think that's why Christy and I might start doing like extended vacations. Not even like vacations. Like everybody was like, oh, how was your vacation in New York City? I was like, that wasn't a vacation. Like it was a trip. Like I was there for 2 days. Like I don't know what you're talking about. Because like we can work wherever we want, essentially. Like we can work remote. So we're like, yeah, like let's go to San Antonio for like 4 days and like
why not
work and then party at night, or like let's go to Colorado for a week and like, or like let's go to Florida and like just work for a week and then like take a couple, like maybe take a day or 2 off during the week. Like we can do that now. And like I'm at that point where I have to also remind myself that yes, even though I'm a mature and responsible adult, like thanks, Fenton. That like I still have the ability to go and do stuff, and like kind of bringing it back around to like the whole daylight savings thing. Like I am like actually a little excited that it's gonna start being lighter at night now.
Right.
And because like winter fucking sucks, man. And I feel like it doesn't even matter where you are. Like even in Austin, where the weather is great most of the time, like it was cold this year, and it got dark fast, and that shit is depressing.
Yes, it
when
is.
It's 5:30. Like there are times on the like during the week where we'll have nothing going on. And it'll just be like, so what do you want to do? Well, it's like 7:30. Like, we could go out. It's like, yeah, but do you want to? It's like, not really. Like, it's 7:30 and it's cold outside. I don't want to go anywhere right now.
Right.
And I think that's part of the reason why, like, we're not even bothering with South by, because, I mean, like, not only did we just get back from New York City, and, you know, like, we got this show and, you know, tomorrow night show, but it's,
of course,
I don't know what we would do. Like, there's really not like for that like specific thing. Like, yeah, like there's free events and you can go get free stuff, but a lot of it now almost seems like it's South by Southwest. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. You'd be like, yeah, but like, what do you do? Well, you just gotta go. It's like, okay, I mean, I guess like if that's your thing, but like, I also want to be able to go to the breweries or like go to a bar and have it not be slam packed. So there's that.
Right.
So yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, you guys are welcome to come and stay and work out of our house. Boom, we're doing it.
There you go.
Yeah, I want to do. Oh, did I tell you my van idea?
Your van idea?
I have a van idea. I want to get a van. I want to live out of a van.
I mean, they're
for
great.
They're not like a minivan, like a van, like a van,
like an unmarked van.
I mean,
what are we talking?
Well, it's all going to depend on how it goes. Because Christy and I were talking about it. Because we were at a place a couple of weekends ago, and we saw somebody pull up in this like big Volkswagen van, and I was like, that is a camper van. That is a van you sleep in, you live out of. And I was like,
yes, I
could do that. I think I could do. No, don't. I was like, I think I could do that.
Okay.
And then like we were talking about it, and like, oh, how cool would it be if like, you know, you take a summer or something, and like you drive out to a coast, and you just drive up and down the coast, and like you do that for like 2 to 3 months, and you just live out of the van.
I mean, some of it would be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Like I could do that. Like I kind of want to do that. Like I want to get like a V, like whatever cool vans people have. Like make it look dope as shit.
And what, you just have to go to like the Starbucks to work kind of thing?
Yeah, you can go to like a Starbucks or like a cat. Which, by the way, dude, of all places to not have like decent places to like set up shop and work out of, New York City, very limited.
Really?
Yeah, very limited in what they had. Like our hotel, like I figured they would have had like a lounge area. They were like, oh no, it's closed.
Did they have in-room Wi-Fi at least?
They did, but it's hard to work because like Christy was sleeping because she had the day, she took that Friday off. I still worked a couple hours, and it's like she's tired, so she's sleeping. So like I'm taking meetings in the bathroom. But like no, like think about it. Like you get a membership to Planet Fitness because they're fucking everywhere. There's a Starbucks in every city. If you're on a coast and during like warm weather climates, you don't have to worry about getting too cold or anything. You do it during warm seasons, so you know you can pack light, and you just drive around, or you set up shop, you walk around the city. It's not like you're staying in the van 24/7. But
I mean, that's true.
Again,
might want to shower.
Planet Fitness. Go get a little jog on the treadmill. Lift a couple of weights. Take a shower. Get a tan going. Go out on the beach. Do it again. Have yourself a croissant and work for a couple hours.
I mean, and the thing is, like for me, like as much as even if I loved that idea,
Yeah.
It's so foreign to me because of everything else that I have to do with like the kids and shit
Well,
like that.
you got
like,
kids. I barely have responsibilities.
You basically described what like every retired person like dreams about doing with like their significant other is like the road trip type of thing. But like you literally could do that now.
But like that's the thing is like with remote work,
right.
It's totally viable. I got to talk my dad into doing that.
Right.
He's got a camper that he can't tow.
So what good does that do you?
No, I know I don't want his camper because I gotta like see that's too big because he's got like I feel like that's
Blakely
cheating
says
because
an Airstream.
An Airstream? What's? I've heard of these.
Yeah, they're like the
Oh, those are like those old school campers. See, that's too big. See, that's too much for me. I want a van.
He wants a van.
I want a van. I want a van life.
You want to live in the van down by the river.
I mean, or by the beach. I want to live in the van down by the beach. Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a beach guy?
Nah. It depends.
Okay. Because I don't know being like the beach van guy would be your speed.
But it could be. Maybe we don't know yet. Maybe I got it. So this is what we got to do. I get the van. I drive it out to Florida. You and I, two of us.
Okay.
We have our Florida man excursion.
All right.
Where we live.
Pythons.
We go, we hunt some pythons, we razzle some gators, we drink beers. We grow mullets and mustaches and wear cutoff jorts and live it up. I think that could be a fun time. I feel like I could be a beach person because this wouldn't be something I would want to do in like a big metropolis like New York City. Like this would be something I would do
that'd be terrible.
In Texas, in California, in Florida.
Right.
Pretty much those cities or those states rather. It would be, that would pretty much be it. maybe drive out to Colorado. I don't know, like there's really no place else in between I would want to go. Like California, Florida, maybe up to North Carolina for a little bit, and then like back over to Texas.
Nice.
North Carolina was nice. I like Charlotte. It was a good little time.
Yeah. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice. What about Arizona?
I could do Arizona. Yeah. So it'd be
in a van.
Yeah, I think so.
Better hope that fucking AC works, brother.
You just got to park in like a shady area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, is it cheating if I get an Airbnb?
I mean, yes. That's not the point of this whole...
What if it's okay? But what if it's like a pit stop? So like, okay, what if this is what we do? Okay, we start in Texas, we go through Arizona. No, because I feel like that's got to be like the last stop. We go from Texas to California. Okay, do California. Come back through, stop in Arizona, rent an Airbnb, recuperate a little bit for the drive, and then go back through to Texas.
Well, as long as it's like a party Airbnb, then like that'd be dope.
Like a party Airbnb?
Well, yeah. Like you get a nice themed one.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if we're doing this anyway, go big, go home.
I mean, sure. Yeah. Like how many people are coming along?
We could get a whole fucking convoy. I don't fucking know.
I mean, we could get a convoy, or people could just meet us out there.
I'm pretty sure the FBI would be on our trail if a convoy of vans just started parking everywhere, and then they rented a party house as an Airbnb. They're like, we got another fucking, we got another Kool-Aid situation on our hands.
Do we need to burn the barn down? What's going on?
What if we spring for an RV? Then we can all go together.
I mean, like that's a different experience. See, I'm talking about the van thing for me. Like the van guys, this is a me thing, okay? I'm talking of I know we've talked about the RV. Like I would do like an Airstream or an RV as a group. Like that's fine. But, I also want to challenge myself. So like
this is Kevin's midlife crisis.
Is that what this is?
I'm pretty sure.
Shit.
And you're younger than me, so what does that say?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck. Well, folks, if you have any experience living in a van down by a river,
let us
leave
know.
Us a
comment down below. Let us know. Send us an email, brainwreckshow@gmail.com. Follow us on the Twitters, Brainwreck TV. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Ring that notification bell so you get an update each and every time we go live or we got new content dropping. We're going to be back tomorrow night for an all-new episode of Don't Be an Asshole. It's the internet's favorite game show. It's the show where we read Am I the Asshole stories from Reddit that all happen to be within a very similar theme and topic. We judge them, we laugh, we have a good time. We try to crown ourselves a new royal asshole each and every week. Board Game Date Night just dropped last week. Check it out. Yeah.
We learned so much.
You learned so much. I've got content coming.
So he says.
Yes, it's gonna happen.
Well, we're all rooting for you.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah. So that's all I got.
So there you have it. So for this week, I've been Jason X.
I'm Kevin Graham.
And this has been your show.
Peace.